chill.
Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy, Skinny Wee Wee, and here we go again. But before I start this, I just want to say real quick, I'm kind of sick right now. So if I sound weird or kind of gross, I'm sorry. I've been taking medicine and I've gotten better, but I really want to get this out here quick. So yeah, we're recording it while I'm sick. Anyway, this is part 2 of my little review series of the CoD Zombies maps. If you haven't seen my thoughts on Black Ops 1, then I'd suggest you go watch that. There's a link in the description for it. But with that out of the way, let's just jump right into this. The first map up on the chopping block is Transit. I hate this map, plain and simple. There's nothing that I really like about this map in all honesty. The look of the map is dark and boring. The only pop of color being the blue lights of the bus stop and the lava. Other than that, it's brown and gray. That's it. But with the looks out of the way, let's get into why I really don't like this map. To start, it's way too big. This is a problem for many reasons. This is a clearly rushed map, and the devs tried to get too ambitious with their limited time. The fight hogs half the map, and it's so large that you have to traverse it with a bus. And oh, if you miss it, you'll wish you would have just died right then and there. This is because of the hell spawns that are denizens. These little fucks are also extremely annoying, especially without the galvanuckles. They just impair your vision and hurt you while you try to get through the already hard to see through fog. It's like if the Nova crawlers just hopped onto your back and then exploded while you tried to get through a desert storm, all while zombies still chase you. It's awful. Oh wait, there's also lava in the clear areas. This map's fucking shit. Next are the buildables. Buildables are pointless to me in this map, unless it's a shield. It's probably garbage. The fan thing, the little turbine thing, I'm not gonna look up the name of it because I don't want to look up this map, is dumb. The jet gun is stupid. Who the hell thought it was a good idea to rebuild Pack-a-Punch 2? No. If I go through this dumb shit, I want a Pack-a-Punch right then and there. No. I don't want to have to waste my time building the damn thing. No. I honestly could go on and on about this map, but I don't want this video to be super long, even though I probably will be. But, anywho, moving on. The next maps are Town and Farm. I'm doing these together because they're small enough to make one map combined. So I have the same feeling toward these maps. I think that they're fun with friends. If you play them alone, then they're just kind of meh maps. But with friends, it's actually really fun. I just wish they could have added Pack-a-Punch to them. Either you can unlock it by doing an Easter egg, or it's just there. I think that would have made them higher up on my scale of liking maps. Next up is Nuketown. Now my feelings for Nuketown are similar to my feelings towards 5, but leaning more towards to liking it. I enjoy the look of this map, as the location for a nuke makes sense from the Easter egg point, for the little signs. I also like how they tried to keep the map bright. Of course, with all the fire and debris, they're kind of forced to have dark spots. But overall, it still looks bright, and the dark adds a little bit of creepiness to it. But due to how long the last video was, I'm gonna be a bit quick with my dislikes for this map, as pretty much anyone could tell you why this map is not great. Firstly, the perks don't spawn in on round 1. You have to wait every 5 rounds to get a random perk, or Pack-a-Punch, in a random spot. This sucks because you might have to wait until round 25 to get Jug or Pack-a-Punch. Secondly, there aren't really any good spots to train, other than the backyard, so with more than 2 people, sometimes with 2 people, it can be a struggle just to train in general. And lastly, the houses to get to the yards can be extremely tight, so if you or a friend runs through them and then tries to leave, you'll just be bum rushed from the front door, the back, and even the stairs, which can kill you really quick if you don't have a good gun. But that's it. So if you're smart about this map and have some luck, then the map can actually be pretty cool. Buried is the next map I'm going to talk about, and honestly, I don't see the hype behind this map. I've played it many times, and honestly, it's just kind of boring. The look is boring, from browns of the dirt and the occasional glowing colors of blue and yellow from the zombies in the box. I don't really think the western look fits with the witch's house or the maze, so that's just kind of weird to me. And I don't think Vulture Raid is that good of a perk, honestly. It might have been dope when it came out, but looking back on it, it wasn't that great. So, also the map is pretty easy too. So you can get to high rounds like it's nothing, and in some aspects that's nice. But when you're playing with other good players, it just makes it even more boring, as you just get to pack and then train there for the rest of the game without any fear of death. And the inclusion of the time bomb just helps this argument too. I still have yet to do the egg, but honestly, I have no interest in it. It's a lot of steps, and even if you help Richtofen, which I would have, it's not canon. So I don't even know why they bothered with 2 paths to take, if one isn't even canon. Sure, you could argue that it's for a what if kind of thing, but they didn't even bother to show us the what ifs for the crew back on Moon, something we all wanted to know when this game came out. So I just think it was a way to make you replay the map, honestly. But I'll stop complaining now. But if you'd like to debate me on this, join my Discord and I'll surely debate you there. Hey guys, so this is post-editing, or post-recording rather. I completely forgot to write this into the script, and just collecting footage for this video has reminded me of it. But Leroy in this fucking map, oh, it's so annoying. Playing solo, it's not as bad, but I know from experience with friends, accidentally shooting him and making him go back into his little cell is extremely annoying, because then you have to go out and search for the key again, and that can just be a hassle when you're already trying to get him to like knock down a wall or carry a zombie for you by searching for the booze and the candy. So yeah, that's another thing I don't like about Barry, that he was a good concept, but I just think it's very dumb that he has to go all the way back. And yeah, so there you go. Where do I even start with Die Rise? I've never even bought this map because I've seen and heard how shit this is. I don't want to pay for garbage, okay? But I still have an opinion on it, if you couldn't tell. I'm gonna be real with you though. I do think this map has a cool concept. I think being in a broken rundown city is cool. Sure, it's a typical place for zombies, as cities are heavily populated, but we never actually had a city map. We had a small town, never a full-blown city and skyscrapers you traverse in. I think that's neat. And it's like our first map in China, so that's pretty dope too. But other than that, I don't like it. I've seen how you use the trample steam to get to building, and sometimes that leads you to die. And you already know that I hate building shit, so... Not to mention, they made Nova crawlers for this map, but they jump for some reason. It's better than teleporting, but still. The Soliquifier sounded cool when it first came out too. It almost made me buy it a few years ago, but because of my lack of funds at the time, I had to wait. In that time, they nerfed the shit out of it, so like, I didn't even want to go back and buy it. Not to mention the Easter egg can literally be beaten in 6 minutes, so I don't even have the motivation to sit down and do that either. Overall, I just don't really like this map, and I haven't even played it yet. You're welcome, Die Rise fans. Finally, maps that I love. No more negativity. Yes, Black Ops 2 had shitty maps, but it also had 2 of the greatest. The first one I'm going to talk about was Mob of the Dead. I love this map so much, and I'm honestly super excited to play it when Black Ops 4 drops. This map has the perfect balance between easy and challenging. The Easter egg is pretty easy if you know how to get all the parts and where they are. You basically have quick revive all the time, and feeding the dogs gives you a pretty great reward for taking the time to do them. But on the other hand, you have tight spaces, some plain parts take a few steps just to get, and of course, Brutus can fuck your shit up real quick on low rounds. Or high if you need the box. It's a perfect balance to me. I also love the map's aesthetics. I've always been fascinated with criminals, and having a map in America's most famous prison for some of the most hardcore criminals with an eerily similar story about people escaping piqued my interest real quick. I love how dark it is, but not overly dark. Yes, the map takes place at night, but it's brighter than, say, a map like Transit. or town. I love the use of reds, the presence of blue in the afterlife mode, and the popping green when you get the acid gat. Did I say I love the blender gat already? Because I do. Also the acid gat. Or electric cherry. Oh my god, I could gush about this map all day, but sadly I don't want this video to be too long, so I must continue on to the last map. Again, I saved the best for last, and many will agree with me when I say that Origins is my favorite map, probably of all time. To start, this map has a good balance between easy and challenging again, but this one leans more towards on challenging. There's so much to do in this map, from the generators to get power, the staffs and their upgrades, the melee weapons, the whole damn Easter egg. It's a lot packed into one decently large map. Not to mention the look of the map is great too. For probably the first time ever, you're outside in the daylight with rain and snow running through mud and debris. It's cool to have both outside areas and inside areas on a map to me, as you can tell a clear contrast between one another. Outside is mostly blue, gray, white, and a little bit of brown, but inside is more dark gray, some blue, a bit of brown, and some green. But underground is orangish, tannish, a bit brighter, and the lighting makes it seem like a real-life cave of stone and whatnot. The main excavation tunnel is probably the coolest, with the huge statues of the boys, places to put the staffs with their color glowing behind them and whatnot. It looks extremely good, and of course it looks even better on Black Ops 3. The only problems I have with it is it can sometimes take a while to get the staffs if you have a shitty team or miss a snow round. And my favorite staff, the wind staff, kind of sucks in the mid-20s, so I'm usually low on ammo quick before we've even done anything for the egg. But that's it. I mean, I could nitpick and go on about little things, but I don't want to. I love this map. It's probably my #1 pick, so no negativity. And with that, that's all the Black Ops 2 maps. But we're not done here. I still have to explain my thoughts about the crews. I'm just going to talk about the Victus and Mob crew because I'm pretty sure the Ultimus crew is coming back for Classified, so I'd like to wait and see how Blundell handles them after not using them for 2 whole games. For Richtofen it'd be 1, but still. I would like to see if they change them at all, which I'm kind of hoping for, but anywho, my thoughts on Victus. And to no one's surprise, I don't like them. They're really not interesting at all, and they're just mostly stereotypes again. You got Russman, a typical drunk old man. Misty, literally just southern titties. Marlington, the token smart kid. And Stuhlinger, who is the only one that I like. He's got more than one character type. He's got, like, an okay backstory with the flesh and all that, but he's the character who can hear Richtofen and Maxis, gets possessed by Richtofen, and is the only one I wanted to learn more about. I have yet to read the comics, but if I do, I'll make a video about my thoughts on it, and hopefully my thoughts will change about this crew. But on to the Mob crew. And to everyone's surprise, I really like them. They're badass mobsters who have killed before and they just want to get out of prison. Sure, they're afraid of zombies at first, but their quotes are more than just commenting on zombies. Sure, they have one-liners, of course, but you also have lines like this one from Billy that they'll say randomly when they get down.
The harder you try not to feel anything, the more it actually hurts. You used to think you could push it all onto someone else. Someone who actually deserved it. So many victims. So much pain. But you can't push it away, can you? Even when you hurt others, doesn't make it stop, does it? You ought to just accept what you are, Billy. A monster.
And they're mostly focused on their task at hand, which is escaping. And you also have Weasel, who knows about the cycle at first and slowly hints at it more and more as you do the egg, which is neat as he grows more and more untrusting of his partners. They each have their own little stories, and I think that's neat how they decided to put so much effort into these seemingly one-off characters. I also find them really funny, so, you know, Lamau. And there we go, boys. My thoughts on Black Ops 2 maps. I hope y'all enjoyed. Debates are held on my Discord server, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. And to no one's surprise, I don't like them. What the fuck is happening? I swear she starts fucking vacuuming. Oh my fucking god. My mic wasn't on, okay. And to everyone's surprise, I'll kill her. I love you. Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's up? Alright, bye.
Shit. Anyways.